Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Sorry for the interruption. So again we are continuing this verse number 9 and 10, Srimad Bhagavatam 11, Canto, chapter 1, verse number 9 and 10. The question raised by Parishit Maharaj, the Dvijasattama, means twice born. So as I already told, every human being has to take two births. One is the birth from his parents, father and mother, and another is to take birth from his spiritual master, who comes from the disciplic succession from the authorized sampradayas, like Brahmamadda Sampradaya, Brahmamadda Gaudiya Sampradaya, Sri Sampradaya, and Kumara Sampradaya, and another one is from Shankaracharya Sampradaya. So all these four Sampradayas are authorized Sampradayas, so one has to accept a spiritual master from the bona fide Guru, who always who has dedicated his life and renounced all the material desires, renounced all his material inquisitiveness. So here one has to accept such type of a personality who always delivers the message as he has received from his own spiritual master, So evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo vidu, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 4th chapter. So that is why he is called Dvijasattama. So the question raised by Parishit Maharaj is why Brahmana should curse, and why the members of the Yadu dynasty, though they have own conception of understanding that Krishna is the supreme, but still there is no Veda within them. But why they cursed, why they fought themselves and they destroyed themselves? There was annihilation between themselves. So what is the cause? It will be a very important and significant question raised by Parishit Maharaj. Very intelligent question. So one should have such type of questions, but they should approach the spiritual master, as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya padekshintite gnanam tattvadarshinaha. 3 points should be noted here. One is, one should serve the spiritual master very humbly and without question, without having any sort of a negative impact on the Guru, saying that I know everything and just I want to test Guru. Such sort of a opinion, such sort of a intention, such sort of inquisitiveness, such sort of consciousness the disciple should not have. He should serve the spiritual master very menially, and the spiritual and the disciple should ask questions in a great humility, and he should also serve in a very humble manner to his spiritual master. So that's how the Parishit Maharaj has been exemplary and instrumental to the further descendants, how one should approach the spiritual master. So that's how he showed. He was the role model as a disciple. So that the further generations also should follow the footsteps of Parishit Maharaj. So the answer given by Parishit Maharaj, Sukadevi Goswami, that so there is some Krishna has some duties, because to fulfill the desires of the devotees and to annihilate the demons, and to establish the religious principles, Krishna will incarnate himself from his abode to the material world. That is called incarnation. Avatara it is called. That is why Krishna's another name is Avatari, means the source of all incarnations. So the Lord who bore his body has the amalgamation of everything beautiful and dutiful. He has all the qualities, as we can see if we happen to read the book, the literature written by Srila Rupa Goswami, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. God has 64 versatile qualities. So he is very dutiful to fulfill his desires, to protect his devotees, and to establish his religious principles. And also he has the opulence of the quality of the beauty. So while on the earth, he was in fact without any endeavor already satisfied in his desires. And he is also called Atmaram, means he is self-satisfied. So for us, someone has to satisfy. Someone has to give pleasure to us. But for Krishna, there is no need. Because we alone cannot enjoy ourselves. By speaking to ourselves, by discussing ourselves, we cannot enjoy. There should be someone to share our happiness, enjoyment, and etc. etc. But for Krishna, there is no need to take help or take favor from others to enjoy or to share the happiness or to share the pleasurable moments. So Krishna is called Atmaram. So whenever he comes to this material world to fulfill his duties, so to wind up his duties also there will be some leela, some pastimes will be there. So similarly, when Yadu dynasty was there, so all the pastimes were displayed. After the completion of all the pastimes displayed, there was some part of the pastimes were left. So in order to finish or in order to complete those pastimes, he made brahmanas to curse the Yadus, so that the Yadus should get the difference of opinion or Veda themselves, and he made themselves to fight, and he winded up the dynasty of Yadu so that he can go back to his kingdom of God, go back to his abode. So that was the answer. Radhe ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮೆತ್ತಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? Radhe. So that was the plan of Krishna. That was the plan of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Parikshit Maharaj questions, the powerful members of the Yadu dynasty could be cursed by the Brahmanas and thus destroy themselves in a fratricidal war. So by the words of Sam Hartum Aichata Kulam, it is clearly stated that Lord Krishna himself desired to withdraw his dynasty and therefore engage with Brahmanas as his agent. So from this purport of Prabhupada, we can understand that Krishna always display his pastimes by using someone as agent or appointing someone as an agent or representatives of his past pastimes. So he utilized Brahmanas as agents so that he can wind up his activities and he can go back to his kingdom of God at Vaikuntha. So Brahmanas were used as tools or instruments to destroy the Yadu dynasty. And there were three reasons according to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, a great acharya from the lineage of Brahma Mada Gaudiya Sampradaya. He says that Krishna is always self-satisfied, and yet in order to execute his transcendental pastimes, he arranged to destroy his own family. So we should understand the very important point, to execute his transcendental pastimes. So he arranged to destroy his own dynasty for three specific purposes. three specific purposes. So we should understand. So whenever Krishna incarnates himself and he wants to complete his pastimes, for three reasons, for three specific reasons, he will come down. He will so there will he is arranged to destroy his own dynasty for three reasons, namely to re-establish in the heavenly plans for who had take for demigods, because demigods to display to associate with Krishna, to take a role in Krishna's pastimes, they come down from the heavenly planets to the material world so that they can display the pastimes along with Krishna as his associates. So that is the one, and he will make all the demigods to send them back to their own position or own place, that is to the heavenly planets. That is one reason, and the second reason is to re-establish his plenary Vishnu expansions in their abodes. So there will be so many plenary expansions of Krishna, like different incarnations, like Rishabhadev, Prithu Maharaj, like that. There are so many Vishnu's plenary expansions, Rama, and so etc. Narasimhadev. All these plenary expansions should re-establish and take their places in their abodes. That is the second reason. And the third reason is to because the plenary expansions they have taken they have come for the pastimes of Krishna. They have to go back to their places such as Vaikunta, Svetadvipa, and Badrikashrama. So, and to remove himself from the vision of the material world. So he has to come back from the material world and he has to go back to his abode. That is the third reason. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur has also made several important remarks about the destruction of the Yadu dynasty. He states that many so-called religious persons have fallen down by committing offense against the chanting of the holy names. Vishnu Sarveshwara se tad itara samadhi, considering another living entity to be equal to Lord Vishnu, who is the Lord of Lords. So there is also remarks stated by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj Prabhupada, who is the special master of Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, saying that one who commits offense at the chanting of the holy names of the Lord, by saying that the ordinary living entity who is also equal to the holy names of the Lord Vishnu, who is Lord of all Lords, Devadi Deva, and one who is captured by the impersonal tendency of Mayavada philosophy falsely thinks that the external material energy of the Lord is equal to internal spiritual potency. So some Mayavadi philosophies also claims that the external potency of a Lord is equal to the internal potency of the spiritual world. That is also an offense. In this way, one equates ordinary living entities with the Supreme Personality of God, taking Krishna to the another aspect of Maya. This is the most unfortunate misconception. So because of these misconceptions, it spoils the opportunity to understand God as He is. Hare Krishna. So one more point has been focused here in the purports of the devotees, the disciples of Prabhupada, that if the Yadu dynasty continues to stay in this material world, there will be an impediment to the pure devotional service or the path of spiritual understanding. That is why Lord wants to crush them, and Lord wants to to put a stop to this Yadu dynasty. That is the reason why. That is one of the reasons why Lord decided to crush the Yadu family. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama.